Hello students, this side Pooja Sharma, your physics teacher from Cambridge International School, Dasua. Children, I hope you all are fine and healthy and your families too. Children, I'm back with the next session of your physics class. Today we are going to talk about chapter 8, motion. Topic, equations of motion by graphical method. Before we proceed on with this, I would like to take you back and revise once again the graphical work which we have done till date. So let's revise that, then we proceed on with today's session. So first we have done what is graph. It is a diagram showing relation between variable quantities, typically of two variables, each measured along one of the pair of axes at right angle. So there are two axes right angle to one another. In graphs we did two types of graph, distance time graph and velocity time graph. First is distance time graph for stationary body, where the body is in state of rest. The straight line parallel to time axis is going to represent this. Then we have done the distance time graph for uniform motion, where we did that in the distance time graph, if we have a straight inclined line to time axis, it shows that there is uniformity and this is uniform motion. Then the third graph we have done is distance time graph for non-uniform motion, where we have a curved line. This curve shows that there is not a uniformity, the variations are there, the values keep on changing. Then we did the velocity time graph. The velocity time graph for constant velocity, where we have a straight line parallel to time axis. This shows that there is a movement but the velocity remains the same. The velocity neither increase nor decrease, so it is constant. So this is constant graph. Then we have done the velocity time graph for uniform acceleration, where we have a line, straight line inclined to time axis. This straight line shows that there is uniformity, but the acceleration also exists because the values of velocity will keep on changing as it is increasing. It can be decreasing as well, but there has to be a straight line for denoting uniformity. Then we have done the velocity time graph with non-uniform motion. In this case, because there is non-uniform motion, so we will not get a straight line, there will be a curve. This curve can be any way, but it should not going to be a straight one. Along with this, we have done in distance time graph, we also have done one thing, that how to calculate the value of speed using this distance time graph. In velocity time graph, we have done how to calculate the value of acceleration. Plus, we have also done how to find out distance or displacement using this velocity time graph. Now let's start with today's topic. We are going to do equations of motion by graphical method. First of all, understand the need of this. Children, you have different quantities with you. You have velocity, time, you have acceleration. Velocities are of two types, initial velocity, final velocity. How to organize the things? You have distance, you have displacement. How to organize? Or if 2-3 things are given, how can you find out the other one, the missing one? So in that case, what we are going to do is, we are going to have some formulas. These formulas you are going to remember, you are going to learn. But derivation means what is the origin of this formula, means from where this formula is coming. We say from where this formula is derived. That is what we say derivation. Fine. So derivation means that this is the formula, from where this formula originates, from where it is derived. Fine. And we are going to use we are going to do this using the graphical method, so that you will be having a proper clarity of the formula of the derivation. Okay, so we have three equations for motion. These are the three formulas. Fine, we call them as equations of motion. In these three equations, you notice one thing, that you have initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, time, and displacement. Fine. And depending upon all, suppose 2-3 things are given, fourth you have to find out, like we have done in grade 8, x and y. Fine, one thing is given, one is missing, so how to find that out? So we use some formulas for that, like we have done speed is equal to distance over time. So if you are provided with distance, you are provided with time, can you find out speed? Obviously yes. You put the formula, you put the values in that formula, distance value you will put, time value you will put, and you will calculate the speed. Similarly, we have these formulas of equation. So we have first equation of motion, that is v is equal to u plus at, where v is final velocity, u is initial velocity, a is acceleration, and t is time. Now how this formula is made, how we derived this, we are going to do that. Fine, that is coming under derivation. Then second is s is equal to ut plus half at square. Here s is for displacement, u initial velocity, t time, half is a constant, a is acceleration, t square, here t is again time, and we are going to do square of it. Fine. Third is 2as is equal to v square minus u square. 2 is a constant, a acceleration, s displacement, v final velocity, u initial velocity. We are going to put the values and we are going to do it. Now if you have a numerical, you will see which things are given and you do it accordingly. Our today's task is to work on to these formulas, that how these formulas are coming. So we are going to do the derivations of first equation, of second equation, of third equation, but one by one. So in today's session, I'm just going to talk about the first equation, that is v is equal to u plus at, how it is derived with the graphical method. So let's get started. So first of all, we have drawn the axis, x-axis and y-axis. Along x-axis we write time, unit second. Along y-axis we write velocity, unit meter per second. So this is our velocity time graph. We are going to start the object not from O, from origin, because if we do that, it means that the initial velocity is always going to be 0. Fine, means it will always start from rest, but it can be, it cannot be. So we start from a point other than O. Let's say we start from here. This is point A and this is point B. A is the point from where your object is going to start. B is the point where it is going to end. So it means you can assume A as 0. You can give some value to it also. It can be, it cannot be. If it is 0, we will shift it over here. If it is not, then we put the value over here. Fine. I'm repeating the point again. If I start the line from this point origin, it means that the initial velocity will always be 0. But this is an equation. Equation means we can have a number of values. So it is not always that initial will be 0. It may change. So we take a point other than 0, that is point A. So because it is the starting point, here the velocity will be u. This is the ending point. We draw a perpendicular from here onto y-axis, and this will be final velocity, so we write it with v. Similarly, at A the time is 0, at B let's say the time is t, and let's label this point as C. Now we are going to split it we draw a perpendicular from A on BC, on this line BC, and where it cut BC, we write it as D. The perpendicular which we have drawn here, we write it as E. So we have written all the points. Fine. From where the object start is A, where it end B. From A perpendicular it is 0, means time is 0. At B perpendicular drawn on x-axis will give you the time t. We label that point as C, where the time is going to be t. Then from A we draw a perpendicular on BC, it's D. And from B we draw the perpendicular on y-axis, that is E. Fine. Now this is a velocity time graph. We have to find out the value of acceleration. So before that, let's understand the values. If we want to find out the value of OA, okay, this OA is equal to, it starts from 0, goes till U. So it is U minus 0. So it's going to be U. Similarly, if I talk about BC, okay, if OA is 0, OA is U, OA and DC, they are equal because they are opposite sides of rectangle. So it means DC is also going to be U. Similarly, BC, if you look on to BC, C, at C the point is 0, at B the point is V. So V minus 0, V minus 0, it will be V. So value of OA is given as U. This is also U here. And BC is given as V. Okay. If we talk about OC, it starts from O, reaches till T. So T minus 0, that will be T. Now, so children, I mentioned in the box what we have done till now. I am repeating it once again. OA, it starts from 0 till U. So U minus 0, it is U. OA and DC are equal. So DC is also going to be equal to U. Talking about BC, it starts from 0, goes till V. So V minus 0, it will be V. OC, it starts from O, goes till T. So T minus 0, it will be T. Okay. Now is BD. This point BD. Now children, let's say you have this distance 8 kilometer. Fine. Till here, the distance is given to you as 3 kilometer. So what is the leftover distance? Obviously, what you will do is the 8 minus 3. Similarly, here is B, here is C, and here is written A. Fine. And here it is written O. You can say D here. BDC. If BC is given to you as V, DC is given as U, so what will be BD? From here we can say that BD is equal to V minus U. Fine. We are going to subtract DC from BC, then only we get BD. Now we have to find out acceleration. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity over time taken. Okay. If you look onto the graph carefully, acceleration is written by AB. The slope will tell you the acceleration. Slope of velocity time graph will tell you the acceleration. So acceleration is by AB, which is equal to change in velocity. Velocity changes from U till V, means by D till B. So it will be BD. And time taken. At A the time is 0, at B the time is T. It's written C. Fine, that is labeling is C. So the time we can have by this line OC. Now if we put the values here, AB is A acceleration, BD is V minus U, and OC is T. There is nothing in the denominator here, so I have written 1. Now when you cross multiply this, 1 multiplied by V minus U is V minus U is equal to A multiplied by T is AT. Therefore, V is equal to U plus AT. U is minus. When we take it on another side, it will be plus. So, it will be U plus AT. This is your first equation of motion. So, children, this is about the first equation of motion through graphical method. We have drawn the graph. The first thing which you need to understand is graph properly. Fine. The very important thing here is the graph is not starting from origin, starting from 0. Because if you start from there, it means always you have to take initial velocity as 0. But it is not possible somehow. Let's say you are going from a place to another. You don't want to calculate the velocity, or you don't want to calculate the distance from the initial position. You want to calculate it from some other position. Fine. I'm going from Dasua till Jalandhar, but I want to calculate the distance from you can say Tanda till Jalandhar. Fine. So there has to be a variation. You always don't start from the origin point. Fine. So writing or starting the graph from origin means you have to take 0 always. But starting it from some other place, let's say point A, means you can put any value of A. It can be any value. Fine. Now children, next thing is that this is the first equation which we have done. If it is 50 to 60% clear to you, it's okay, because you have to revise it and do it by yourself at least twice. Only then you will be having proper clarity about that. Fine. Even if you face any doubt, you can ask me. With this, thank you so much. In the next session, we are going to proceed on with the next derivation. Till that time, kindly go with this derivation, revise, do it twice or thrice. And thank you. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself, your family, and stay healthy. Thank you.